3, 2, 1. There. Now there's gameplay for you so that you don't have to piss and moan about how you're understimulated or bored just listening to somebody talk. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so 3am thought number 1. I think it is crazy that we have tricked rocks into thinking for us. Like we just grabbed a bunch of rocks out of the ground, inscribed sigils into them, and then made them think for us. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm talking about your phone, okay? Everything in your phone is made from something from the ground, essentially a rock. We have just pulled that from the ground, inscribed essentially sigils into them, making circuit boards, and then tricked them into thinking for us. To me, that is the most mind-blowing crap ever. Tell me how that makes any sense. It keeps me up at night. These are all just things that keep me up at night. This is lovely. Number 2. So one day I was just like, I think it was like a cartoon character Smash or Pass or something I was watching. And somebody brought up the point, if you're not a furry yet, you will be. And then they showed pictures and the voice acting for Bambi's dad. And I can't unthink it now. Bambi's dad is just now a sexy-ass deer. And I don't know what to do about it. But it's very confusing. Like you ever have that kind of, that confused erection? That's what I get every night, 3 a.m., thinking about Bambi's dad. Send help, please. I think I need to be locked into a psych ward. This is the only time I'll probably ever agree to it. 3 a.m. thought number 3 is if Canada, the United States, and Mexico were combined and you take the first 3 letters from them, it would be cum. So we could form a nation of cum, and personally, I think this would be beneficial. We would become a powerhouse nation. Yes, become, pun intended. We would become a powerhouse nation, and it would be the most splendiferous thing to ever come out of anything that you could ever come to create, and I think it would become a really magnificent and powerful nation that would come to produce so many good things, and it would come to have a very, very powerful military force, and it would come to have a very diverse population of people, and I think that's just magnificent. We need to look into this deeper. I truly believe in the nation of cum. Number 4 on the list of 3am thoughts that absolutely lurk in my brain, and this is the one that lives rent-free 9 times out of 10, Lucy Pyre. You're gonna see a picture on screen. It's this demon bitch right here. She lives rent-free in my brain, because almost every video of hers I've watched, like, don't get me wrong, she's funny as hell, good music, but almost every video I have ever watched, I get called out almost immediately. Like, she does like a general thing to call out the audience, and it describes me to a T. And it lives rent-free in my brain. It is terrifying. I think she's in my walls watching me sleep, and I don't know what to do about it. So, yeah, that's confusing. I don't know. Lives rent-free, though, and it is a 3am thought. She just pops into my head when I'm trying to go to bed, along with many other things. And yeah, makes it very hard to sleep. I already have insomnia. I don't need less sleeping assistance, and sleeping medication doesn't work for me. But yeah, there's a demon anime girl that lives rent-free in my head. I've tried watching all the anime possible, and like just a bunch of anime with anime chicks in it, to hopefully like rinse my brain, override it. Doesn't work. She's still there, just calling me out for being a fucking degenerate. And yeah, so that's fun. Anyways, next 3am thought. 3am thought number 5. Trailer park wives. They look like one of two things. They're either an absolute 10, like, why the fuck are you here? How, like, you don't need to be here, married to Captain Fudd spits in a bucket, or like they're built like a fucking tool shed or something I'd use to weigh down my pickup truck in the winter. But I think I have a theory, is they all kind of walk in looking like 10s, married to Captain Fudd, and they just walk into the trailer that he inherited from his grandfather, and they just grow to the point they can no longer get outside. So, like, they're just in the trailer now, and then, like, when a hurricane comes through, they just weigh that shit down, okay? It's like house insurance without having to pay into it as much as house insurance, and she just like sits there every hurricane while the man is crying in the corner going, "You still love me, right?" And that kind of thing. And Yeah, it lives rent free in my head. I thought about it tonight. I haven't stopped thinking about it. I don't know what to do. Someone, if you know the answer, please let me know. But it's something I thought about. And yeah, deal with it. It's now in your head. You're welcome. 3 a.m. thought number 6 that I have is so like like ghost investigators, like ghost hunters. So my number 6 3 a.m. thought, this one also keeps me up, is like, what if every single ghost, supposed ghost or whatever, that people are talking to is actually just a human being in an alternate universe? Like, for example, you go to like an abandoned asylum, you're in this big building contacting this spirit, and they're just telling you to fuck off, this, that, the other. Well, what if in the alternate universe it's actually just some guy sitting in his house and you're fucking with him and he thinks you're the ghost and he's telling you to fuck off? So, like, what if every single essential ghost that we talk to, like, go out to a haunted place and talk to, is just some motherfucker's house where the barrier between the universes isn't as strong and he's telling us to fuck off? And then when a ghost comes to our house and starts to essentially haunt us, it's another place where the barrier's thin, except for them, it's like an asylum or something, and we're telling them to fuck off. So, what if it just kind of like goes both ways? That would be very interesting. It's a theory. It is. Anyways, next one. 3 a.m. thought number 7. What if every single time that you like squish a bug, like some people believe in reincarnation. So what if every time I crush a spider, I'm just like crushing someone who died? And what if the ones that typically show up in your life are someone you know who died? Like, for example, a couple of my grandparents have died. And what if every spider I've squished is just another reincarnation of them? I think that would be pretty fucked up. But yeah, that's one that just popped into my head. I'm not gonna stop thinking about it, and yeah, enjoy that one as well. Another 3 a.m. thought that also plagues my brain is, theoretically you've never touched anything on a molecular level. Like, it's pretty much like on a molecular level you're not actually able to touch anything, because they can't essentially like fully touch when it's two separate things. Like, pretty much every human you've hugged, you've never touched them. Like, you've never actually gotten a hug fully, nor have, like, for example, if you're holding something right now, the sensation of touching it that you're having is the molecules kind of like vibrating off of each other, but not actually touching. So on a molecular level, even if you're sitting, the feeling you're feeling is that it's not you touching it. At least that's what I've heard, and it keeps me up at night. This is something I've thought of. Another one that keeps me up, this is 3 a.m. thought number 9. The last one was number 8. I don't remember if I said it, but this one's number 9. So this is one that I think about constantly as I'm out during the day. For example, a door handle, like doorknob in your house, is essentially dirtier than a public washroom's toilet seat. And everywhere you go, you're inhaling germs and everything like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a germaphobe, but this is going to definitely hurt the ones who are. But even though I'm not a germaphobe, and I just accept the fact that it is what it is, and this shit is just everywhere, like everything you eat, drink, touch, whatever, it's horrendously dirty, especially in public. Think about this. If your door handle in your house is as dirty as a public toilet seat, how dirty are public door handles? Now, have you ever opened the door to a restaurant and then went and eaten something like French fries? Think about that. But this is one that I think about all the time, and I'm not a germaphobe, so I just kind of accept it as what it is and move on with my life. But to any germaphobes out there, I hope I just hurt you. I hope I just hurt your brain. Enjoy that. And this is going to be my 10th and final 3 a.m. thought, is so theoretically, like a lot of scientists and everyone has said, when you die, your brain is active for, I think it's 7 minutes, and your life flashing before your eyes, right? So what if, when you die, when your brain is active, your life flashing before your eyes is actually right now? So you watching this video right now, what if this is just something you did in your life and it's your life flashing before your eyes? Because like the flashing part that's really quick bits and pieces that people have told each other about is in like split seconds of death. But what if full death is your life replaying itself but slower, and it takes the same amount of time it takes for your brain to fully die? I think it's 7 seconds or 7 minutes, something like that. So in that time, it'll feel like the years and years and years of life you've lived, and it will replay itself. slowly. Meaning right now, we are both in a state of alive and dead. Think about that. That's just something that fucks with me constantly, because I don't know if this is my life flashing before my eyes, I've already died, and this is just it replaying, or not. But if that freaks you out too much and gives you an existential crisis, just look at it in the way I do, in the sense of you get technically two lives if this is true. Because you wouldn't necessarily know you're dead until you're dead, and then it would flash before your eyes, but you once again wouldn't know you're dead if it goes slow, like your entire life repeating. So essentially, you don't know if you're already dead, or if you haven't died yet, and then when you do die, if this is true, you also wouldn't know. So yes, right now, you, me, whatever, we could be dead, and this could just be something flashing before our eyes, repeating itself. And then even if somebody were to, like, leave in the comments or some shit like that, like, oh no, I'm here, you're not dead. Well, what if that's just something you remember reading after hearing this, and it's just flashing before your eyes? Exactly. You're cooked. Like, you don't know if you're fucking dead or alive right now. So, yeah, have fun thinking about that, but if you want to not have an existential crisis about it, just think about it as you get two lives and you don't know which is which, and just accept the fact that you may or may not already be dead and move on with your day. But yeah, if you enjoyed 3 a.m. Thoughts, I will come out with another one. Anyways, peace out. Love you guys. Bye.